Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So let's go ahead and do a divine masculine check, see where he's at. If you would like a personal, just email me. This reading may not resonate for everybody, and if it does, let me know. So I have just all the major arcanas here, supposedly, in this deck, and I'm going to just see what is the divine masculine's major energy with these major arcanas that's going on. Angel, spirits, and guides, what is the major energy of the divine masculine and how he feels towards his divine femme? Trust. So he's in this energy of wanting to take a leap of faith, wanting to take action, wanting to have a fresh new start. The bottom of this deck, it's the Chariot. So this is all about moving forward, getting on that horse and just taking action and moving into victory. So I feel like he's ready to release any of the baggage that he has, because he has a little knapsack right there. It's just very light, and I feel like he just really wants to just have a fresh new start with you femmes and move forward. So that is the overall energy for the divine masculine in his overall energy. We'll put that to the side. I want to go ahead and see what's going on in divine masculine's environment, heart, and mental state. I'm going to check in, see what is going on with the divine masculine's environment on how he feels towards his femmes. Divine masculine. He's in this energy of suffering and silence right now. He's in a lot of mental anguish. In the bottom of the deck, it's heartache and loss. So he's feeling a lot of pain at the moment, really in his thoughts. And I feel like it's affecting his environment. Of maybe that is why y'all are not in union right now. There's something that he is going through that he's not speaking about. He's not telling you. You may already feel that way, like you're just kind of like in limbo. What is going on in divine masculine's heart space for the divine femme? Accelerated emotion. So he's wanting to take action. The lady is just looking like she's wishing upon a star. In his heart, he wants to take action, but there's just something in his environment that he is not speaking of. And yeah, look, at the bottom of the deck is accelerated motion. He's wanting to have a fresh new start with you. He's wanting to take action. He's wanting to move forward, just like that Chariot card, but there's just something that he's still suffering in. What's going on with the divine masculine's mental space on how he feels towards his femmes? New vitality. Mentally, he's ready. Like, mentally, he's wanting to take action. Mentally, he's wanting to have a fresh new start. There's still a lot of mojo that he has for you. There's a rainbow. I don't know if that signifies anything for anybody, but there is just this energy here of just a new vitality, wanting to have a fresh new passion and start. What I feel like mentally, he knows he needs to build a firm foundation. Stop having to hold back. I feel mentally he's still in that energy of holding back due to this suffering and silence. And it's just him really needing to get past whatever obstacle he's going through. But I feel like mentally, he knows he needs to build a firmer foundation in order to have this fresh, new, passionate start with you femmes. Let's go ahead and see what else we got. What is going on with the divine masculine in his environment towards his femmes? You know, for some, he could be still with a karmic situation where he's just still suffering in silence. He's unable to break free from the karmic situation. Could be unable to break free from a third-party energy. Doesn't have to be per se a person. It could be just work, kids, family, something that's holding him back from being able to focus on you and his union or connection. So what is going on with the Divine Masculine's environment and how he feels towards Divine Femme? In his environment, he's just still not at that mature state. Mentally, he's still immature. Not saying he could just be immature in general, but I feel like he's still not quite matured into the man that you need him to be. And it's just been an obstacle. It's a delay. And I feel like it's something that he needs to work on within himself. And I think this is something that's going to help in order for y'all to have a fresh new start. But that's something that he has to work through. You know, whatever obstacles that he's dealing with, it's something that he needs to do himself. So why is accelerated motion here for his heart space? I'm sorry, not that. I don't want to tap into that. We will check in that later. So what is going on with the Divine Masculine in his heart space towards the femme? Past life. You know, I feel like in his heart, he knows he wants to take action. He knows you're this person that he has just felt like he known in another dimension. And that's why y'all are twin flamers, because, you know, like souls were ripped apart and into different bodies where y'all have just gone on your own journey. But there's this energy in his heart that he knows that there's just something that he feels that is a deep connection with you. And that's why he sees you as a wish fulfillment, wanting to take action. And for some, I just feel like he's dealing with past life issues. Could be just family trauma, growing up trauma, past relationships, divorce, separation, karmic traumas. And right now it's just in his heart, like, it's just y'all are not connected. Like, I feel like y'all are connected in a sense, like, look, y'all holding hands, but y'all are just still in this relationship where some could be in a karmic marriage, some could be still in a karmic relationship. Y'all both could be in a different relationship and still want to get together, but maybe y'all are just not unable to be in union. And this could go for both parties, you know, just the femme and the masculine. And if it's for the femme who is not, and the masculine, it's just like he's still dealing with a karmic situation that is not allowing him to take action and move forward. So let's go ahead and see, why is new vitality here, Spirit? Why is new vitality here for the divine? I keep doing that. No, I don't want to do that. I'm sorry. What is going on with the divine masculine on how he feels in his mental state with the divine femme? What is going on in divine masculine's mental state on how he feels towards the two? He knows that this is, in his mental state, he knows that this is destiny. This is something that he wants to have a passion to start with. But there is some kind of work that is not allowing him to mentally be able to move forward, and that's why he's suffering in silence. Whether that is financial restraints, whether that is just a work situation, whether that is putting work into you and his relationship. I feel like there's just this energy that he's unable to really put that work in with you and him. What's the bottom of this deck? Yep, and the bottom of this is long distance. You know, mentally, he's waiting on something. He could be waiting on you. He could be waiting on a situation in his life. Could be waiting on finance. Could be waiting on releasing the karmic situation. But maybe in his heart of hearts, too, I'm getting another message that he's just unable to commit. So right now, it's going to have to be an open relationship. But there's just some kind of energy here that, you know, he wants this new vitality. It's just going to take some kind of work and allow destiny to play out, allow divine timing to work it out for you and him. So let's go ahead and see, why is suffering in silence here, Spirit? Tell me more. Yeah, there's just something that he is having to clear and purge in his life. He's having a rebirth and awakening. His environment is becoming shaken up. And it's for a reason. It's to wake him up. It's helping him to focus his power on working on self. You know, to becoming more wise and strong like an elephant. And so he really has to go through this obstacle to be more mature and go through this karmic cycle or lesson that he needs to go through in order to really get it. I feel like, you know, it's like he has to hit rock bottom in order to really understand. And yeah, and the bottom of the deck is he needs to suffer in silence in order for it to be a catalyst to speed things up for his growth. This is part of his growth. He needed to really, this situation needed to be a spark in his life. Yeah, it's hard. It's a hard lesson, but that's part of learning your karmic lessons. You have to go through hard times, and whether that's him suffering with the karmic situation, he has to learn his lesson. Whether that's him suffering with whatever environment he's going through, financial or whatnot, it's something that he really needs to clear and get through. Why is accelerated motion here? Yeah, I feel like he knows mentally that he needs to work something out in his environment. And so I feel like in his heart, he could be very cold. He's kind of dealing with this open relationship. He kind of could have kind of like been very flighty in his energy. But there's just still this energy of still being really curious. He's very alert that of you and his connection, of this past life connection. It's just he has a different objective at the moment where he's not able to go in union with his femmes. And I hope that makes sense. I will definitely clarify more, but I just feel like he is having to do his own soul journey and figure some things out. And that is just going to take some time. Why is new vitality here? Yeah, see, his own journey, I'm telling you. In order to have this new, passionate start with you, he has to seek some truth. He has to find his direction. He has to go on his own life path and discovery in order to allow destiny to play out. You know, in order for him to get this new vitality with you. So let's go ahead and see. I want to go ahead and pull some tarot. Let's see, what is young male and obstacle about? Angel, spirits, and guides. What is young male and obstacle about? Young male and obstacle. Yeah, he has to put in the work. And something has to end and die in his life for him to have a transformation. He has to let go of old things. So he's in a transformation period right now. The death is all about transformation, allowing things to end so you can have a fresh new start. And it's something that he has to do alone. Something that he has to take care of himself, just like the butterfly in a cocoon. You know, they have to be by themselves. You can't open and pry that cocoon up to allow that butterfly to fly, or else that butterfly is not going to prosper and be very successful, and you're going to shorten his flight life. It may not even be able to fly because he needed to be in that cocoon alone by himself, figuring it out, taking care of self, working on self. So why is past life an open relationship here, Spirit? Yeah. This is going to allow y'all to have a fresh new start. I know that he needs to go on his own journey. And so right now in his heart, he's unable to commit. And that's why it says open relationship. He's unable to commit. Yes, y'all are connected. Yes, he knows you're from somebody from the past life. But right now, he's on this energy of like, in order for things to move forward with you and him and to be in a fast pace and to move into his healing, the quicker he heals, the quicker you and him will go in union. But he needs to take that first step. He needs to work on self. Why is work in destiny here, Spirit? Yeah. I'm telling you, femmes, this will all work out for you. You know, you will be holding that pentacle, that new grounded beginning, that abundance, that prosperity. You know, the Queen of Pentacles is an energy of, she's very motherly and nurturing. She's very grounded. And so I feel like he has to go through some things. He has to figure out life and discover in order to give you this new grounded beginning. Why is Queen of Pentacles here, Spirit? Tell us more. Yeah. In order for y'all to rebuild and come together, this is going to take some time. You know, I see Three of Pentacles, third party energy, dealing with a karmic, could be possibly. He could be just dealing with work. He's like working. But Three of Pentacles is someone that's coming together, rebuilding, teamwork, team effort. And so continue to work on your healing, femmes. Continue to work on self. I know it's like getting to a point of being impatient because it's like, okay, well, when is he going to work on himself? But it's going to take some time because we can't rush people's healing processes and healing journey. As much as we want to help them and whatnot, it's just like the butterfly in the cocoon. We can't help them. They have to go and do that evolution and evolve themselves. What is the energies of the patient, of what he's going through in his environment? What is his emotion in his environment? This came out when I was shuffling. In his environment, he's very hopeful, but he is a little worried. I think that's why he's suffering in silence, because having to really figure things out on your own and figure it out, it does worry him. But I feel like if he is just keeps his hopes up, be full of faith, continue to work on self and going within and clearing and purging, you know, and watering and nurturing that seed that he is wanting to plant, then he will be okay. He can get past those obstacles. What's going on in his heart space? And for this too, I feel like I got another message that he's kind of worried that you will move on without him, or you won't be able to take him back. But I feel like he's very hopeful that while he's doing and figuring things out in his life, that you will still be there for him. What is going on in the Divine Masculine's heart space of his emotions towards his femmes and his heart? Yeah. I feel like there's that second party. I feel like he could be very jealous. He doesn't want you to talk with anybody else. There could be some jealousy of just like envious of like wanting to be able to be that man for you, but he's just not quite there yet. He's unable to give to you, and at the bottom of the deck is discouraged, so it discourages him, and he may push back or not respond or ghost you again or be flighty because he allows this energy to like get the best of him. So what's going on in Divine Masculine's mental space, or how he feels towards his femme? So what's going on? But he's still curious. See, I'm telling you, there's that energy of him still really curious, wanting to rebuild with you. He knows that you and him are destiny, but it's this true north. He knows that there's this energy of that past life, that new vitality. He's wanting to still have that passionate new beginning with you, but he has to figure out whatever is going on in his environment. So let's see. Where's my romance cards? So angel, spirits, and guides. What's going on in Divine Masculine's environment towards his femmes? For the collective. What's going on in Divine Masculine's environment? Oof. Ooh, right. Yeah, I feel like he is putting on a false mask. He's being very deceptive. You know, he deceptive because like he's suffering in silence. He may not be really telling you his full self, expressing to you how he feels. Could be very deceptive, feeling very deceptive. His energy of his environment is getting very like, you're very curious of like what's going on. Like you could be like, what is going on with you? I need to know answers. But he's wearing a false mask. He's unable to really express to you how he feels because he's suffering in silence. He's not going to speak up. But he's being very deceptive and telling you how he truly feels about you. He knows that you're his soulmate. He knows that you're that true love. That romance of a lifetime. He knows that. But I feel like he's just still trying to get past these obstacles. What's going on, Divine Masculine's heart space on how he feels towards his femmes? So the outside environment, he's being very deceptive. He's not showing you. In his heart, there's some finances and career issues. And so I think that's why he's not committing. He's jealous that he can't be able to provide for you. If you're in another relationship or if you're talking to somebody, that could be, he could be very envious of that. But there is, in his heart space, there's some kind of financial issues that's playing in a factor. Maybe he's unable to see you, and so fly to see you or be able to financially afford that. So he just kind of stays in this energy of just kind of taking a back seat, not really responding, not really taking action because he knows financially he's unable to do it. And that could be very embarrassing to him. What's going on in the Divine Masculine's mental space on how he feels towards his femmes? See, I feel like he is trying to figure out his true life path, his true north, destiny. I feel like he's having this, in his mental state, he's having some kind of awakening that's trying to get him to like really put in that work and figure out and make a plan, write it down. I feel like in his mental state that he is trying to really process it and figure it out and work through it. Oh, my card fell. Where did it go? What else is going on in his mental space? Wedding. See, mentally, he knows that you and him are spiritually connected. There's just some energy here that is just a spiritual path. He knows you're on his spiritual path. And it's going to lead to marriage. This is destiny. He feels it. He knows you're a past life. He's wanting to put in work. And he knows that. That's why he's still interested in this situation. Mentally, he's still interested. But there's just some energy here that he's just not allowing himself to do it. So let's go ahead and see. Angel spirits and guides, why is deception, soulmate, and true love here? Yeah. I feel like he just needs to open his throat chakra, communicate clearly for this opportunity to present itself. I feel like he feels he has to figure this all out on his own, all by himself. Maybe he dug a hole and it's like it's too deep for him to get out. And so he just kind of mask his pain, mask his feelings. But, you know, there is an opportunity here. He just really needs to open and communicate clearly. Why is finances and career here, Spirit, for the heart space? Peaceful resolution. I'm telling you, once he can get his financial and career situation situated, I feel like that's going to bring that peaceful resolution. It will bring y'all together where he's able to have that leap of faith, that fresh new start with you. But I feel like that is just going to take some time. He's not going to be able to commit right now because of that. So why is religious factor here? I'm going to check in wedding here. Why is religious factor in wedding here, Spirit? Ooh, look, I'm telling you, there's gonna be big happy changes. Like, mentally he's working on it. Like, he sees you, mentally he has you in his mind. He knows that you're the one that he wants to have a wedding with, but there's just some things that needs to be compromised right now. Compromise, and he's just unable to give at the moment. And but just trust. Spirit is saying trust. There's gonna be big happy changes, but you know, right now, like, you're gonna have to compromise. You know, you're gonna have to be patient. He's unable to be able to provide and give anything right now. So let's just go ahead and, oh, I want to do my moon card. So let's go ahead and see. This is the last. What is going on in Divine Masculine's environment towards his femmes? Luck is on your side. You know, he just needs to continue to balance spiritually and practically. He needs to just balance his mental. He needs to just continue to take action on himself. That if he just works on himself, there's luck on you and his side. What's going on in Divine Masculine's heart space with his femmes? Towards his femmes. What's going on in Divine Masculine? Yeah. There's that. In his heart space, he knows he needs to take action. He knows he needs to find balance in his heart. But he still holds that vision of you. In his heart, he still holds you near and dear to his heart. Because he knows that there's a new start coming. There's a new start. It's going to take work on his environment, work on himself, work on his mental state. But angels are saying trust. What's going on in the Divine Masculine's mental towards his femmes? Mentally he knows that, you know what, the answers you need are coming. Right now, things are not set in stone. You don't have the security in the uncertainty of what's going on, you know, but mentally he knows that the answers are coming. He knows right now whatever's going on in his environment and life, it's not set in stone. He can rewrite his life. He can change his path, but he needs to be able to be mutable and change. And I think that's just going to start with being able to change his thoughts, his mind, and just balancing himself out mentally, spiritually, and morally. Alright guys, much love. Let me know if this resonates.